Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First, I would like to thank you for your invitation and an opportunity to share with you my ideas on digital cooperation in BRICS, on BRICS Forum for Future Network Innovations. Cooperation in this sphere is extremely important for all of the BRICS countries and has been declared as one of the priorities of the Russian BRICS chairmanship in 2020. Now, let me share my presentation with you. Digitalization is a complex process and incorporates the following three aspects: creation of digital infrastructure, development of users' digital literacy, and assurance of social advantages which people obtain from using ICTs in their day-to-day operations. This process is associated with risks of increase in all types of inequality, particularly regional inequality, due to the economic inefficiency of digitalization in remote and rural areas, where high costs of infrastructure building are combined with low digital literacy rates and the population's low demand for internet services. In order to tackle the digital divide problem, it is necessary to account not only for the level of digital infrastructure development, but also population's opportunities for accessing new technologies, as well as the existence of advantages in the use of digital technologies, including a developed market of e-commerce and electronic public services. At the same time, it is a necessary process, as reduction of digital inequality constitutes a sustainable development priority. For example, the number of fixed internet broadband subscriptions and share of internet users serve as indicator for the achievement of sustainable development goals 17.6 and 17.8. Moreover, in the context of the fourth industrial revolution and acceleration of digitalization processes, the use of digital technologies are essential for participation in global value chains, and the gap in access to technologies may serve as an additional source of inequality between different countries and regions within countries. Digital technologies have become particularly insignificant during the pandemic, when prior efforts on ensuring broader access to digital technologies allowed for all economic agents faster adjustment of their operations under the new circumstances. All 5 BRICS members are actively implementing digitalization policies. As you can see on the slide, all 5 countries have national strategies in the digital sphere with ambitious goals. Measures stipulated under these programs target a decrease in the digital divide at all 3 levels. Therefore, it is important to control potential risks associated with rising regional inequality and share our best experiences in reducing such inequality. In order to exercise such control, we must understand whether an increase in the application of digital technologies in the national level is accompanied by the lagging behind of the least developed areas or not. Given the measures implemented within these strategies, BRICS countries have been successful in spreading digital technologies and decreasing the digital divide lately, even though the results differed a lot between countries. For example, in certain aspects, such as the number of fixed broadband subscriptions, average download speed through mobile broadband, and the number of active social media users, China is outperforming even developed countries. In some areas, such as share of internet users and prices of fixed internet subscription, Russia also demonstrates a rather high level compared against other countries. In international ratings, China and Russia tend to occupy higher places than other BRICS countries. However, exactly these differences create large opportunities for cooperation, as countries have competencies in different spheres. And the common problem for all of the BRICS is regional inequality in access to ICT. In order to compare data on internet use and the regional level in BRICS countries, all of relevant entities such as states, provinces, etc. of each country were split into 4 groups: financial and economic centers, developed regions, middle-income regions, less developed regions, based on the classification suggested by the Analytical Center for the Government of the Russian Federation. As expected, analysis on data on internet use at the regional level showed that typically inhabitants of more developed regions use the internet more actively. The lowest level of inter-regional divide in internet use is observed in Russia, followed by Brazil, which achieved a dramatic decrease in the level of inter-regional inequality over the reporting period, possibly due to pursuing an active policy on digitalization of agriculture in rural areas. This slide, where the more intense color indicates higher share of population with access to broadband internet, clearly shows that the difference between regions in all BRICS countries is rather high. One of the reasons is the development divide between urban and rural areas, which is a common knowledge but takes on special meaning in the context of digitalization. First, rural areas are less densely populated and therefore require a much more intricate infrastructure, both for fixed and mobile access. Second, the rural population is typically less educated, so it may not use digital infrastructure even if it exists, which makes the development of access less feasible for communications providers. Third, weak transport infrastructure in rural areas discourages the development of various elements of the digital economy, including e-commerce, due to high shipping costs and inefficiency of opening new pickup points. As you can see on this slide, all BRICS members exhibit lower internet use in rural areas compared to urban areas, whereas the national level depends to a great extent on the share of um, the rural population, which is the highest in India. All of these figures show that all BRICS members have achieved certain success in decreasing internal inequality in accessibility and use of digital technologies, but countries' levels still vary. This is why interaction and overcoming the digital divide may start with exchanging experiences and the development of national strategies and measures for their implementation. A second potential area of cooperation may comprise the compilation of best practices and experiences in the implementation of specific projects on digitalization of remote areas. Since the development of digital technologies accessibility in remote and rural areas requires an integrated approach that would combine the development of the digital economy as a whole with an increase in demand on mobile services, it is extremely important to exchange experiences in combining various practices with proven efficiency. The third area is related to utilizing the potential for joint financing of projects on economic development and integration of remote areas, including using the New Development Bank as a source funding. Indeed, the bank's mission is to support infrastructure building and sustainable development efforts, but the current list of approved and proposed projects does not feature any digitalization initiatives, even though some related measures are embedded in certain projects supported by the bank, including one project in Brazil and one in China. At the same time, the bank, based on its mission, has the potential for expanding its engagement in issues related to decreasing the digital divide in BRICS countries. All of these directions might be incorporated in the network center, which I call the BRICS Digital Infrastructure Hub, and which might be based on the BRICS Institute of Future Networks. Thus, BRICS countries have a very high potential for cooperation in bridging the digital divide. By unlocking this potential, they can facilitate sustainable and inclusive development of all 5 BRICS members. Thank you for your attention.